What's up, Daniel? And hello there, James. How you guys doing? Yeah, just make sure you guys can hear me all right, right? Hello there, Zach. Okay. Uh, Usually I'd wait till there's like a number of more people here, but I'm gonna give you guys just a heads up that if I seem a little low on energy right now, I do apologize. I am currently drugged. I had to go back to the doctor's office today. Um, Apparently, they might have screwed. I put it like this. Um, how do I start this? So yesterday I had to go to the dentist last week, which is why I couldn't do the stream, and they pretty much just had to like do a couple of my caps because I'm not sure if I told you guys this, but I had like a lot of work done before I started to get my teeth straightened out with Smile Direct, which doesn't exist anymore. So when that happened, it shifted the size of my jaw, and so all of that work that I had done got shifted. And so for the past, I'd say like 2 years, they've been just kind of they've had to redo it. So last week, that's kind of what they did. Apparently, what ended up happening also was that they apparently messed up my scans. So they needed me, but that was not today's intention. Today's intention was just because one of the temporary caps got chipped eating cereal this morning. So I went back into the dentist just to get a new temporary cap. But apparently there was like, oh, we're so glad funny thing you're just hoping to happen to be here. Those scans we sent in last week for your new permanent caps, they say they couldn't accept them for whatever reason, so we need to redo them. So it's kind of glad that you came in today. What ended up happening is, so they took the chipped cap off, and they had to start redoing it. But apparently there was some overgrowth of the gum that had happened. So they had to take a surgical laser and literally melt down my gum, uh, which was painful. And I didn't even know they could do that. So what ended up happening is they would normally numb you, but what ended up happening is they had to numb me 3 times because the pain was that intense. So they numbed it once, and it was only minor, and then they came back. They numbed me again, and that lasted for maybe 30 minutes, and then they had come and numb me again. I don't think as far as I can remember, I don't think they had to numb me a fourth time. But like, so now this part of my jaw is like in a lot of pain, so they put me on like ibuprofen and Tylenol to go along with the other medications I'm already gone right now. So that's four. So I'm kind of drugged up right now. I think I believe I might have passed out, but luckily I woke up in time to do the stream. And a lot of things has happened in the last few couple of days, and I'm already getting ready to go on. I'm sorry if I don't see your questions. I just gotta get this out. I'm leaving on my trip in 2 days, so that's what's happening. So that's why if I seem just a little bit low on energy, that's why I'm currently just a little drugged up. But yeah, luckily I didn't. As far as I know, I didn't have to pay for the surgery to get my gums melted down by a surgical laser, which again I didn't even know they could do that. But they must have known that it was going to be like extremely painful because they were like, okay, yeah, we're going to need to put him on like a very strong amount. Like they gave me the strongest dose of ibuprofen that they had, and there's like you're gonna need more, and make sure you wash your mouth out with warm salt water for at least the next couple of days. and just try to avoid any more Fruit Loops, because that's what caused the chip this morning. So yeah. But okay, yeah, I can get back to you guys' questions, and we'll see how many people show up. A lot of things have also happened recently. I would normally do a video about this, but I don't think too many people will show up and care. So even if I do reveal it, I think it'll be amongst only my real followers. So just to guys give you a heads up, what you're seeing right now, as like this might be the last time you see live streams like this. And the reason is because last week, I ended up going out and buying a new webcam, a 4K webcam, because going into 2025, I want to start doing 4K videos. So, I'm sure it'll still be sharp, but like starting, hopefully maybe next week or the following week, these streams will be done in 4K. So I'm kind of excited so I'm really excited about that. And on top of that, I ended up going out, because this would be a secret, but like, you guys are here, so I can trust you. I ended up getting the camera we will be using soon. This is the brand new camera I will be using for my channel. This is the Sony EV10. This is a really very good 4K camera, because I've been using my Canon M50 for 5 years now. I didn't realize I've been using the same camera for my channel for like really good. It's got 4K, but it's not very good, which is why I never use the 4K capabilities for the Canon. But this one's got really good 4K. So starting next year, this is the camera we'll be using, and so my video should look even better. I've been just messing. I just been playing around with this, and apparently this could, if I needed to, could be used for a webcam also. Hopefully I don't need that, because I already got the webcam, and it's coming tomorrow. On top of that, I also bought some hiking shoes for my Hawaii trip later next month. But again, I am getting ready for my trip to see my brother in a couple of days, so I'm pumped up. So I got 2 more trips coming up. But yeah, this was the big announcement, because 100% positive, I'm not sure if anyone's been paying attention to the subscriber count, but we are practically guaranteed to hit 90,000 subscribers, if not in September, easily by October, which means that the deal that I made with you guys at the beginning of the year will have been set, which means Versus Series 7 is practically guaranteed. I think I told you this during the last stream, but that's how close we are. We're literally less than 100 subscribers. We're less than 900 subscribers away from the goal. So I'm pretty sure I can get that. And just to kind of make sure that 2025 is a 4K year, I just ended up buying all this 4K equipment. I might even buy another computer so that my editing is even better. So yeah, the quality on this is way better than my Canon. And trust me, I love my Canon. I'm gonna hold on to my Canon, but like, if we're talking about 4K, like, this is like the quintessential like go-to 4K camera. It's a little older. It's not like, because they apparently just released the ZV-10 Mark II just maybe a few months ago. So that tells you that this brand is really, really good. So that's what's going on there. So now that I have all my updates out of the way, I can start answering you guys' questions. So I'm going to start going back through the list of everything you guys have been saying, because now I'm done with all the updates, and I'll start answering them. So, all right. So the first real question comes from Daniel, and you want to know, how does someone make a mistake for a simple scan? Apparently they didn't. Okay, no. Apparently what happened was that they I'm not sure if any of you guys know this, but when they go into this is apparently a new technique that they started doing maybe this year or last year. But before they would make like an imprint of your teeth, this time they actually send like 3D cameras, scanners in. They put in your mouth, so they actually get a 3D model. They do the same thing if you were getting an aligner. Like if you had like Smile Direct, which doesn't exist anymore, or if you had Invisalign, they would actually use a 3D scanner and scan your teeth, and then they could use computers to kind of see how your teeth need to shift. They apparently, the dentist that I've been going to for like the past few years, they just started doing this. So they had to dry it out first. They just dried it. Then they scanned it to try to get the most accurate image of my jaw that they could. But apparently the one that they took last week, which is why I wasn't here, apparently it wasn't good. So either way, I would have been called in to get another scan, but I guess it's just like a bit of like unfortunate luck that my temporary cap chipped. So they probably might have ended up calling me while I was, put it like this, they might have called me while I was in El Paso. So because my next appointment would have been December 9th. So they probably would have had me do the scan then when I got back, but I didn't want to wait that long because of the temporary getting chipped. So apparently my thing getting chipped was a blessing in disguise. But yeah, but this time we were there for like 3 hours, and they made sure that the scan was really, really good. So yeah. By the way, just guys, give you a heads up. This, even though you probably won't see it, and maybe you can't hear it, but literally from here to here, all this is numb. This part of my mouth is literally numb. Like if I try drinking, the water's gonna come right out, which is why I've been drinking on this side mainly. So yeah, they had to numb me like 3 times. I don't think they had to numb me a 4th. Yeah, I found it out the hard way. I was drinking something, and the juice just literally was just coming out of my mouth because I have no muscle control over here. So yeah, lesson learned. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so, you were hoping if you would review more underrated PS2 games. You know what? I got like a couple of reviews coming up, like right now. Like, if I hadn't like, I was actually I actually had a review for Helldivers coming out today that I would have. I think I could still film. Chances are it'll probably come up. It'll probably be up. I want to say Friday. I think Friday that'll be up. But I have a top 10 favorite Dragon Ball Z list that I'm pretty sure I can still get up today, and maybe something else. Well, I'll figure that out. But yeah, having to go to the doctor's office again really messed up my filming schedule. So yeah. Do you have a country fair where you live? As far as I know, we might have a country fair, but I don't go to it. I've never actually been to a country fair here in the city in Vegas. I know we have like random fairs, but I don't go to them. And Sean Austin wants to do a tier list on Dead Space 2 enemies and suits. I probably could do that. That doesn't sound like too bad of an idea. So yeah, I'll be sure to make a note of that, Sean. And you also sent in another thing. You sent Sean. You sent in a lot of questions. What would you do if you lived in the world of Terminators? Before or after the bomb went off. So you got it, yeah. And what would you do if you lived in the world of Harry Potter or South Park? Well, I would just hope to be born a Muggle, so nothing happens in South Park. I would just move because too much craziness happens there. And now Zach, so man, you think someone like my Valentine could handle a duel with Kaiba? I'm sure Mai could put up a good duel, but do I think Mai would beat Kaiba? Absolutely not. Mai is good, but she's not that good. So no. I think you could get a good duel out of the two of them, but I'm pretty sure Kyber would win. James, we wanted to know if you have to watch a movie and play a game on repeat, which would I pick? To watch a movie and play a game on repeat? Ooh. So pretty much, if I could watch one movie forever and one game, the movie would be The Mummy, the 1999 movie, The Mummy, and the game would probably be Final Fantasy X. Pretty sure. What's next? Black Wolf, you want to know, what if Sweet Baby had to begin liquidizing their axes? I don't know what Sweet Baby is. Black Wolf, I have no idea who that is. Super Gaming, you want to know, am I going into Ghost Recon and Splinter Cell? I think I played one Ghost Recon game once before, but I've never played Splinter Cell. I'm too much of a fan of Metal Gear to even attempt playing Splinter Cell. Like, that's like, when it came to stealth franchises, I'm such a passionate Metal Gear fan that I never played the other one. So I've never played Splinter Cell. I've never played things like Thief. I've never played what else is there? You just mentioned it. Or Hitman. Never played Hitman because I'm a big Metal Gear fan. Because I'm like, there's only there's only room in my life for one stealth franchise, and that's Metal Gear. So no, but I do know that I played I think I played the first Ghost Recon game once, long time ago, but I didn't like it. So yeah. Favorite Mario power? Probably. I think my favorite Mario power would probably have to be the silver hat that you get in. So when you become Metal Mario, when you first, as far as I know, you first see that in Nintendo 64's Super Mario 64, the metal hat. I like that. I think it's my favorite power up. And favorite weapon in the Horizon games. Oh, I can't think of the name what it is, but I think the one weapon that I like the most, I'll describe it, but I don't know the name of it off the top of my head. It's when Aloy is able to throw a spear and it detonates. I think that was easily the weapon I loved using the most because of how much damage that thing could do. What's next? Hey, what's up, Vamp? Hey, how you doing? And Winter Ghost wants to know, what game or game series is overhyped? Overhyped? Oof. What gets overhyped? Overhyped. I would say maybe Overwatch, but I've never played Overwatch. But maybe Fortnite. I don't know. Like, I'm trying to think overhyped. It's just like, I can't remember the last time a series was that hyped up for something that I can recall. How has my week been? Painful, stressful, and just getting a number of equipment. And going to the dentist, so it's been just another week. And Zach wants to know, so Brian, you think Capcom's fighting collection of games you could buy? No, I'm staying away from Capcom fighting games. I'm a Mortal Kombat person, man. You know that. I don't do Street Fighter. I don't do Marvel vs. Capcom. I don't do anything that's got Street Fighter attached to it. I don't do Tekken. I don't do Dead or Alive. I don't do King of Fighters. I'm a Mortal Kombat person. You plan on playing Black Myth Wukong? Here's the thing. You know what? There's a topic video I want to do about that. I want to play that, but here's the problem. You can't get a physical copy of that game. And that was going to lead to a whole discussion video I was thinking about, is what happens when physical media goes away. Because the same thing happened with like a lot of games that have come out recently. Like games like Horizon and God of War, when I got the collector's editions, they didn't even they gave you steel cases, but they didn't come with games. So for both of those games, I ended up actually having to buy a second copy of those games. And the same thing happened with something like Alan Wake. Like, I really want to play Alan Wake 2, but because that was a pure digital game, I didn't get it because I don't believe in buying pure digital games. However, they're releasing a physical copy of that game a year after it was originally released last year. And so the same thing's happening with Black Wukong. I want to play that game, but I'm only going to do it if they released a physical copy. And we don't know when that's going to come out. And so this is kind of a weird, is this going to be a pattern where they release these AAA title games, but there's no physical copies? Because I'm telling you, if there's a point in time where like Sony announced that their next console is pure digital and Microsoft announces like their next Xbox has like a physical disc, I'm going to go get an Xbox. I do not believe in pure digital gaming anymore. I've never believed in that. I'm too old school for that. That's like one part of my gaming experience I'll never give up. And the minute we get to that point, that's when I'm stopping. Heck, trust me, I can keep going with retro gaming. I don't need to get the newest console if it's going to go pure digital. Like, there's so many people I know that are my age that have the same mentality. My brother does not want a pure digital console. A lot of my workmates don't want a pure digital console, and I damn sure don't want one. But I'm afraid that's the direction we're going. Splinter Cell is a rival Metal Gear at the same level as Silent Hill is to Resident Evil. If you say so. Sweet Baby is one, if not the most hated narrative developer team. They helped write the story. Well, yeah, I didn't play. Well, Black Wolf, I didn't play that. That game, Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, that looked like garbage just from the trailers and gameplay. So I didn't even bother with that. Hey, welcome to the stream, Cerberus. And Super Gaming, what is my favorite World War II video game? Easy. That would be Call of Duty World at War, which is probably my second favorite Call of Duty game, just behind Black Ops 1. But that World of War story is absolutely incredible. You could follow that up with games like Band of Brothers, which a lot of people completely forget about, and the early Medal of Honor games, which Medal of Honor has been retired for I feel like a decade now. So yeah. Broken Limit, and how's my day going? Painful, and just painful and on drugs right now. That's how my day is going. Oh, and just to guys give you a heads up, today's stream I'm gonna do another stream of Dragon Ball, because I'm going to finish up my top 5 Dragon Ball Z list video, and I know I can get it up later today. I'm thinking of whether or not I want to release it later today so less people see it, or just upload it tomorrow morning. That way more people will see it. So yeah. Grand Theft Auto 6 is overhyped. You know, that's a good point, but here's the thing. Like, is it fair to say that's overhyped? Because it's been so long since they've released another Grand Theft Auto game, I'm not sure if it's overhyped. Because you have to remember, Grand Theft Auto 5 was so successful. Like, if they released those games at a more regular pace, I might agree with you that it's overhyped. But, dude, it's been like 10 years. So, I think the hype was justified because of how successful 5 was. I mean, dude, they'd been like making like re-releases of that game ever since that game came out. So, I think the hype for Grand Theft Auto 6 is justified. I mean, that's certainly a game, you know, I'm going to test that and I'm going to review, but like, you know, I'm not going to get it immediately. Imagine if Black Wolf, I don't even know who this Skeeter 1 is. I vomited included Dart Gun from Black Wolf. I have no idea who that is. Resident Evil 1 is a bit overrated to me. I can understand that, but like Resident Evil for me is in a bit of a weird place right now. It's, yeah. And Anthony is here, so welcome. Vamp, you are a Street Fighter person, but I can still play Mortal Kombat. You think you can? Physical media should stay. You're damn right, Vamp. It should always be around. Yeah. Daniel, he wants to know what are my thoughts on Mortal Kombat 1's second. Oh my lord. You know, that's another video that I've wanted to do because like a lot of people are freaking the hell out and saying that oh my god, it's so woke that they made Cyrax and Sector into women. Uh, it's like okay, these people apparently did not play the game because Cyrax and Sector were already in the game. And you don't get to be a cameo character and a playable fighter. If the only thing that's really annoying to me is that whoever they got to cast Cyrax, they gave her the heaviest Wakandan accent I've ever heard that it's so distracting. Like, I'm not, like, trust me, it doesn't bother me that Sector and Cyrax are women. That doesn't bother me at all. It is a little weird how instead of making them cyborgs, you just give them Iron Man suits. That's a little unusual. But like this has been happening throughout this whole game, and like it's never really caused a freak out like this. Like they introduced Chameleon. Chameleon is a girl cameo in this game, but like Chameleon's always been kind of introduced as a guy. They introduced Janet Cage, who is a female version of Johnny Cage. Mind you, Johnny Cage is a fighter. Janet is a cameo character. So it kind of makes sense to me that if they introduce Cyrax and Sector as fighters, that they would have to be female. You can't have the same gender as both fighter and cameo. That's not how this game works. So the fact that people are freaking out is laughable. And that's the whole thing about this whole kind of like representation woke crap. There are like two sides of this argument, and both sides are stupid for different reasons. You have the woke crowd that is pushing forced diversity, and it's annoying because it's so forced. And then you got the other side that are complaining about it for like things that don't really matter. And both sides are annoying. It's like being a Republican or a Democrat. Both parties are bad, but for like completely different reasons. Like, so if I were to make a video saying that, look, the whole Cyrax and Sector gender change doesn't bother me because Cyrax and Sector are already in the game as cameo fighters, so it makes sense that they would be female in this new timeline, people are going to come at me and say, oh my god, you're completely woke. Oh, you're being reprogrammed to accept these changes. Trust me, if something is changed unnecessarily, I will call it out for its bullshit. But this is so small, it doesn't bother me at all. In the context of how we've been structuring fighters and cameos, you could only have Cyrax and Sector as female. You could only do that. Now, mind you, if they had made Cyrax and Sector females as cameo characters, then having them be male characters as fighters would make sense. But they did the reverse, and we've been doing this for several characters, and like no one's lost their shit like this before. It's crazy. I'm sorry I went on that little rant. Like, that's another video. Like, that's a feel I feel like I should do. As for the pack, I'm not going to get it. Yeah, as for the pack, I have no plans on getting it. I'm not going to pay $50 to get another pack after I already spent $100 getting the deluxe edition. No way. I do not need another 5 or 6 characters that... Heck, by the time those packs come out, I'll probably have moved on from Mortal Kombat. And because I'm having so much fun with Dragon Ball right now. So, yeah. I mean, I'll watch the story online, but like in terms of actual buying it, I got no plans on it. Talked about Delta yet? Yeah, Anthony, I'm not gonna get it. I know a lot of people are excited to play Metal Gear Solid 3 Delta. Heck, have fun with it. I hope it's great. But I'm not gonna get it. Don't need to. You want to own your games. Exactly. Yeah, I believe you only own your games if it's in physical media, not when it's digital. Me Boom, don't worry about being late. Don't worry about it. What makes Black Ops 1 better than Black Ops 2? I think the story is just a lot better, and the zombie maps are a lot better in Black Ops 1. No question. Black Ops 1, without question, has the best story of any Call of Duty game I've ever played, and it's not even close. I think Black Ops 2's campaign is good, but it's not Black Ops 1. It's not, and mind you, Black Ops 1 was the first time we actually got to play as a character who could talk. For like all this time, all these characters, they were like, they didn't talk. I mean, outside of maybe Modern Warfare 3 when you played as Roach, so you could see Soap talk as a character, but you weren't him that time, so yeah. And then you got to play as Price for like one mission, but you know, Price has been like a staple character for the Modern Warfare series for like so long. Just press triangle. Yeah, I get that. To be fair, Cerberus, you know I did a list of my top 5 favorite JRPGs, but do you think you could do a tier list ranking every JRPG I've ever played? Probably not, because there's so many of them. So I'm not sure I could organize all of them. It does sound like an interesting list, but that's probably something that would just take too long to put together. Next question, Vampire. Why isn't Mortal Kombat games in top 10 to? Because I don't play them too much. I mean, I don't think any Mortal Kombat's 10 out of 10. I don't even think I've ever given a Mortal Kombat a 9. I just think fighting games for me just, they don't have enough to them to be 10 out of 10s. That's just me. Like trust me, like fighting games are like pretty low in terms of the games I feel the most drawn towards. The only thing that draws me towards a fighting game is a certain franchise. So yeah. So they make them. Yeah. Wow, Broken Limit, you got a PlayStation 3 emulator a while ago. What's a PlayStation game you should play? I would just look up the list of the top 20 and see which ones you don't have, because my list will probably be following that same category. Agree. A digital game myself. Frost is basically a... Yeah, man. Yeah, true. Frost is basically just a female Sub-Zero. No one lost their shit over that. Watching a rant is something special. I'm not sure that was a rant. I was just speaking the truth. Yeah, Black Wolf, going back to the Cyrex and Sector, is like, yeah, dude, the only thing that was bothering me was like whoever they got to play Cyrex has such a thick Wakandan accent that it's just distracting. Now, I could understand, and I don't understand as for why they would just give them Iron Man suits. Because you have to remember, Cyrex and Sector pretty much were turned into cyborgs to lose their humanity. So I'm not sure if that's something that's going to happen in this upcoming storyline. And apparently, it's going to connect very closely to the Lin Kuei. So, if you were going to have a Lin Kuei focused storyline involving Havoc, Cyrex and Sector would have to show up. And because you already have them as cameo characters, they could only show up as female. So I'm like, that doesn't bother me at all. But yet people are going all crazy about this. Yeah, hi. Yeah. That Mortal Kombat rank kind of reminds me of when they recast the recent live action movie came out and everyone was complaining why Chun-Li wasn't in the movie. Put it this way, I would take Chun-Li over Cole Young. Personally, I hope he gets killed off really quickly. They finished filming the second film a while back, and hopefully we'll get a trailer like in the next 6 months. But get rid of Cole, man. No one asked for him. Just had a long duel with a friend of mine, Yubei. Ugh. Yeah, that's a nightmare to deal with, but that's nothing my Archfiend deck or my Time Lord burn deck can't deal with. Fondest original Modern Warfare memories. Original? I think I don't know about fondest memory. Like put it like this, I wasn't really I wasn't the biggest fan of Modern Warfare. Like back in those days, I'm not sure if you guys remember. I apologize. I'm not sure if you guys remember this, but back in those days, Call of Duty was split between two developers. There was Treyarch and there was Infinity Ward. I was a bigger fan of Treyarch. So it really wasn't until I want to say Modern Warfare 3 that I went back and I played 2 and 1. But I would say like the biggest moment from the Modern Warfare games that I think I still think about now, and I think everyone would agree, was when Ghost got killed. Like that character was super hyped up, so you thought that character was going to be around in a big way. And spoiler alert, he gets killed by Shepard. And like one of the oh my god, I didn't see that coming deaths. It's still iconic to this day. And then they redo Ghost again, and he's a much like how they're doing Ghost now is what I thought Ghost was going to be in the original trilogy. So I'm actually quite happy with how they handled Ghost in the newer games a little bit more than what they did in the older games. Now that T-1000 is going to be in Mortal Kombat, I would say enough characters from Terminator have been brought to Mortal Kombat, so let's move on. I agree. Cole Young. Cole Young is basically a brand. Yeah. Chung-Li is hot in wife material. Maybe for you, Broken Limit, but not for me. And with that, we are now officially all caught up with questions, so yeah. And again, just as a little reminder for those who might have missed it, today's live stream is just going to be more. We're gonna do more Dragon Ball, but I think I'm a lot better at it now. So if anyone wants to challenge me online on PlayStation 5, I'll take it. I still have not taken on anyone online. I've been focusing on the computer, and dear Lord, the computer can get really tough. So, like, until I can just consistently beat the computer on its hardest difficulty, the point where I'm really, really comfortable, then I'll start taking on some online people. But, yeah. They were like, fuck, why did we kill off this very marketable character? Yeah, I know! It's like, dude, there was so much build up for Ghost. He looked so cool. And then they kill him off by like, oh, it's like, really? You not only kill off the supposed main character of this game, but like the most like marketable character, who I believe didn't he have his own like comic line? Like he had there was all this stuff built around Ghost. There was so much marketing around Ghost, and you kill him off. In his first game appearance, I was like, wow, who made that decision? It's weird to me why they had Ghostface before Michael Myers as a guest character. I'll be honest, I don't know why Ghostface is there. That's a good one. Michael Myers makes so much more sense. Like, Ghostface? Why? That one doesn't make sense. The T-1000, even though it's an interesting idea, but who in this franchise could really kill him? Like, fatalities wouldn't work on him unless you're doing something with extreme heat. And the only one who does that is maybe Scorpion, and I think even his style of fatalities don't work. Like, he has no intestines. Like, you could blow him up, you could cut him up, you could do literally any fatality you do on him, he can just reform himself. So, I don't know how they're going to do that. The Conan one's weird, but I guess you could make that work. Having Noob Saibot, okay, I would have saved that for the next game. So you have him as Sub-Zero and Noob Saibot, so like there's just not going to be a Sub-Zero. Oh my god. Oh my god, I just thought of something. Oh my god. I just had a thought. If Mortal Kombat, I'm gonna, I'm gonna put in the word right now. Because they're introducing Noob Saibot now, I have a theory. This is my theory. That when Mortal Kombat 2 comes out, because we now don't have a Sub-Zero anymore, why do I get a feeling they're gonna make Frost the new Sub-Zero in Mortal Kombat 2? Because I remember, we've already established that Kuai Liang is Scorpion here. And Hanzo Hasashi is being trained by him in this new timeline. And because they're already getting rid of Bihan and turning him into new Saibot, you don't have a Sub-Zero anymore. And they haven't introduced... Well, no, I take that back. Frost is a cameo, so they can't do that. But I don't know. I'm saying maybe Mortal Kombat 2, she could be a fighter, and they'll just promote her to be Sub-Zero. So now you have a female Sub-Zero already. But I'm just putting it out there. I think that's what they're going to do. Just a theory. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, right? I didn't make it to the last stream. No, I was playing Fighter Z for the first time, and I managed to beat the computer while taking a dump in the bathroom, and it actually worked. Just spamming the triangle button works. It is so effective with the right characters. My team is Hit, Gogeta, and Super Saiyan 4 and Brody. I think you need Broly, but okay. I think I could beat that team. Super Gaming, you should do a review on X-Men Origins Deadpool video game. I believe I already have. Deadpool, I know for a fact. Wolverine Origins, I think that I've done both of those. I have to double check. Deadpool, 100% sure. X-Men Wolverine, that's a really good game. I'm pretty sure I've done that one, but I'll double check. They had Leatherface in MK2, and he's also just human. That's true. Grandmaster Frost. I'm saying, yeah, you can't make Frost Sub-Zero in this game, but if they get rid of the cameo system, then all those cameos become open season. So because they're getting rid of Bihan, going into Mortal Kombat 2, you don't have a Sub-Zero. So odds are they'll just promote Frost and make her Sub-Zero. And I don't know, maybe they'll make her, maybe they'll make, I don't know, Frost like, Kuai Liang and Bihan's long lost sister or something, or cousin, something. Who knows? Do you think Guts would work in Mortal Kombat? Yeah, I think Guts could do it. Berserk Guts, yes. Yeah, absolutely. You'd have to power scale him down a bit, but yeah, I think he could work. When did they do that, my man? What? Well, Winter Ghost, when did they do what? They just added Freddy, Jason, Leatherface, Ghostface, but still no Michael Myers. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, replace Ghostface with Michael Myers and that makes more sense. Maybe it's because of rights or something, but yeah. Okay, yeah, and I'm all caught up on questions, so that's good. Yeah, Winter Ghost, what did they do what? And we still got 15 minutes before the streams, before we jump into the game stream. So I'm curious how many people are going to show up for that, because last week got pretty crazy. Do you think Albert Wesker would work in Mortal Kombat? He probably could, but you're never going to convince Capcom to give you the rights. You probably could. I think Ghostface is more popular than Michael Myers. Really? Is he though? I mean, here's the thing you can say about the others. I mean, outside of Leatherface, like at least the other killers, they have like supernatural elements. Like Michael Myers has older versions have like powers a little bit. Ed Boon might have tried to get Michael Myers, but couldn't maybe, cause yeah, it all comes down to rights. And online in Dragon Ball FighterZ, you probably gonna get TO'd once. You might be right. I was like, dude, the compute. Oh my god! Like some of these combos are so ridiculous. Like, dude, your health bar just goes, and you can't even react. Like it's nuts. I understand why people would think that Dragon Ball Fighter Z is like one of the hardest games to get good at, because if you pull off a good enough combo, if you build up your bar high enough, you could literally wipe out a person's bar in one combo. So literally making a single mistake leads to your death. Like that is there aren't too many combos like that in Mortal Kombat that could literally deplete an entire person's health bar. They could deplete like 50%, 60%. I've even seen 70 and 80% with the mixture of the right cameos. But I've never seen a combo or a pairing in Mortal Kombat that could literally wipe out the entire bar in one combo. There's so many of those in Dragon Ball. It is nuts. Let's be real. More people have seen Scream than Halloween. Really? Really? I don't know. Halloween's been around a lot longer by several decades. I think you might be saying that because they just released a couple of films recently. But you have to remember, Scream was a dead franchise for a while there. Like, it took there's a big time period between 3 and 4. And heck, I've never even seen 3 and 4. So, I've never seen 4 and 5. I've seen 1, 2, and 3, and I don't really care much for them. But, like, there's a big time period between those two films. MK added Jason and Freddy is loaded rights issue. Yeah. You once said Ashley Williams couldn't work. Ashley Williams. I just don't think that would be a good fit. I just don't think that would work. Just yeah. If I had to pick one Keanu Reeves character to join MK, who would I choose? John Wick instead of Neo? No, I wouldn't pick either of them. John Wick does not work in Mortal Kombat, and neither does Neo. If I had to pick a character, a lot of people aren't going to remember this, but the character I don't even remember his. I think his name was Kai. I think the character I would pick, which is probably people have probably forgotten this character. There was a movie that Keanu Reeves did a number of years back called 47 Ronin. And in that film, he was not only a skilled swordsman, he actually had some powers. And he took on some supernatural elements. That version, I think you could add to a fighting game. But I would not add John Wick or Neo. I would not put them in. I would not do that. Especially during midway time, but yeah. Down medium attacks. Yeah. I think Joker replaced Ashley Williams in Mortal Kombat. That might have been the case. I think Joker worked just fine. I'm saying that also because Halloween is a lot older and people of this generation don't really watch old movies. Somewhat. That might be somewhat true, but there's a lot of channels that I've seen that are like reacting to older films for the first time, so yeah. You could replace John Wick with The Darkness. Yeah, I think that would be a bit OP, but yeah, I guess you could technically do something like that. I think we could have Batman. Ooh, no. I think Joker, because he's a killer, unless you picked like Thomas Wayne Batman, but even that's a stretch. I don't think you'll ever see Batman in a fighting game where he could be murdered. I think Warner Brothers would never approve that. I think someone like Deathstroke would be a good choice. I could see, but certainly not Batman. I would probably have Agent Smith. No. No, 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 not Agent Smith. He's not a good fit for Mortal Kombat. Nope, he's not. That is not. Red Hood. Red Hood's a bit of a stretch. But no, I would say Red Hood would have a better chance, but no. You probably want to pick a villain character. Blade. Blade, you probably could do Blade, but because he's owned by Disney now, you're never going to get that. Maybe, I mean, the funny thing is, I believe, here's the thing. A lot of people don't recognize this, but you guys realize that Blade is technically a New Line character. He was in New Line films first. I believe maybe the first two. But you know what was also New Line? Mortal Kombat, the first two Mortal Kombat films. Those are also New Line. So I think before the acquisition of Fox, there might have been a chance to get Blade in a Mortal Kombat game. There's a chance that could have happened. If Jackie was in Mortal Kombat, oh god, that would be weird. I've had thoughts of if another illustration of Joker, like an anarchist from The Dark Knight, joined MK. No, I think the version of the Joker they picked was just fine. I don't think we need another version of him. And they don't like reusing old guest characters, as far as I know. They've never done that before. What about Carnage? No, Carnage is a little too all over the place. Nope. No Marvel characters. That's not going to happen, ever. Art of the Clown. I don't know. I don't even know who that is. You guys got anything else? We got another 7 minutes before the gaming live stream starts. And I'm on the fence if I even want to go out and do some drinking. The Punisher... Yeah, I guess the Punisher could fit, but due to rights, he wouldn't work. You guys got anything else that's not Mortal Kombat fighting related you want to talk about? Nothing? Sorry, you got carried away. And don't worry, it happens to the best of us. Wolverine. Oh, let's get away from Mortal Kombat. I would like if you reviewed the old Medal of Honor games. Yeah, if we find a way to, record footage for those games, that would be fun. However, I'm not sure if you guys heard this. Did you guys hear that they're doing something with GameStop with retro gaming? Like, I'm a little bit confused about what they're planning to do. Are they gonna start building retro GameStop stores now that focus solely on retro gaming? Because I think that would be big. There's a lot, oh my god, with a really well-stocked retro game, I could actually go back and rebuild a lot of my older game libraries. Like I had to give up a lot of my PlayStation 2 games I regret giving up, and I've been trying to rebuild it ever since. You just finished Stellar Blade, and it is too soon for Stellar Blade 2. I agree. Yeah, great game. Wait 2-3 years before we even get a Stellar Blade 2. Great game. I also did a review for that. Retro gaming stores already exist. Yeah, I know, but I happen to, let me just double check this. I've been seeing that everywhere. I'm not exactly sure what they're doing with this. It's yeah, Yeah, it says right here. Yeah, GameStop goes old school, and they will launch a new retro GameStop stores. So apparently, yeah, they're gonna start opening retro focused GameStop stores. Which that would be interesting because I think there's a lot of value in a lot of players who grew up with those games, and then there's these newer generation that will be able to discover these older games for the first time. And I think there's value in that because trust me, a lot of these younger gamers, there's a lot of great games that came out before they were born that I think if they played them now they would love because they're that good. There's a lot of games. There's even a number of games that came out before my time that I would be curious to test out because I think they're good, but I didn't get a chance to play them when I was younger. It's writing on Wikipedia that Keanu Reeves was gonna be a skin for Kenshi. Yeah, I think something like that could work. And speaking of Keanu Reeves, I've known this for several years. Did you know me and him share a birthday? I always thought that was cool. I share a birthday with Keanu Reeves, one of the coolest human beings, and his birthday's coming up. You know what, Vamp? With retro stores, you might be able to find a copy now. Because I heard like that an HD collection version of that game was came out really badly. All right, we got 3 more minutes, so. Let me get Dragon Ball Z ready to go. And I'm curious how many people are gonna show up. It'll be seconds. Yep, Vamp. That's my thinking exactly. That is my thinking exactly. There's a lot of great retro games, so I think younger generations would love. So, favorite X-Men moment? Ooh, in what, comics, animated show, or movies? Yeah, you gotta narrow it down. Yeah, you gotta narrow it down for me, Zach. We're talking comics, animated show, or movies. You gotta let me know. Because you'll get a different answer. Animated. Ooh. My favorite moment, I gotta be honest, it actually happened recently. I think my favorite moment was actually in the finale of X-Men animated, X-Men 97, and it was that confrontation between Charles Xavier and Magneto. And because we've never seen Professor Xavier go OP in his powers before in any version, so to see that was incredible because they ripped that scene immediately out of the comic books and it was picture perfect. So I was like, oh my god, they're doing that. So to see Professor Xavier use his powers in a direct offensive way is something you rarely see in the comics. So that was my favorite moment. MK has Jean-Claude Van Damme. Also, yeah, I know that. Who is my best girl X-Men? Mine is Rogue. Mine is Jean Grey. Okay, it's 5:30, guys. I'm already online, so I'm going to switch this off and immediately start the stream. And remember, let people know I'm streaming. If 10 people show up, I'll turn the camera on. So I guess I'll see you in 30 seconds because I'm just going to turn this off and then start the live stream over here. So I will hopefully see you guys in about 30 seconds. And thank you guys for watching. And hopefully I'll see you next week. I might be in El Paso, so I don't know what I'll do. But I don't know, we'll figure something out. So I guess hopefully I'll see you guys in a few seconds. So